Good morning and welcome in. Okay, I will be doing a two-card pull out of the True Love Oracle today. How I determine what cards to pull is using these Oracle cards. Whatever cards I pull are the cards I will do the signs. I forgot to take yesterday's out, so if I get a Gemini or Aries, then I will pull again. Okay? So let's see, one card and the second card. I got Gemini. So I'm going to move Gemini to the side. I have Aquarius on the board. Let's try one more time. Oh, Pisces is on the board. Pisces is on the board. It came out. I didn't even notice it. My eyes were closed. Okay. So Pisces is on the board. Today we will be pulling for Aquarius and Pisces. Okay. So what should you do? You need to pick action, reaction, or outcome. Action, reaction, or outcome. As I shuffle these cards, you can determine which you are aligned with, action, reaction, or outcome. So this Oracle deck says it has how many cards in it? Because quite frankly, it feels a little short today. It says 36 cards. Okay. I think that means to 40 something, but nevertheless. Okay. So by now you should have chosen action, reaction, or outcome. Again, this is for Aquarius. We are doing the reading for the Aquarius. So how it works is I will pull a card, then I will read the essential meaning of that card, and then I will channel any message that you need to hear regarding that card. First card on the board is action. I'm getting this one for reaction and outcome. Last card is the card for the collective. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's get it. Okay, so by now, everybody has chosen. Please, giving you a couple more seconds. Action, reaction, or outcome. All right, y'all, here we go. All right, for action, the garden. The garden. For reaction, the divine masculine. The divine masculine. And for outcome, commitment. Commitment. Okay, so all of these have to do something with love because the deck is true love. And the card for the collective is, let's see, this distorted, the distorted feminine, the distorted feminine. So that's the card for the collective. Wow. Can't wait to hear what that's about. Okay, so action. If you chose action, garden. Got the garden. If you chose reaction, you got divine feminine. Or excuse me, divine masculine. And if you chose outcome, you got commitment. All right, so let's go. We're going to start with action. Okay. Again, I'm going to read the essential meaning and then I'll channel a message for you. Honor yourself as the beautiful person you are, trusting in life as it is. Ooh, I'm just going to read a little bit in the book. This is good. The garden is lush and fertile when she is healthy, barren and forbidden when she is neglected. She ebbs and flows with the seasons. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to tune in. It's an energy of taking care of yourself. Mentally, physically, spiritually, taking care of yourself. And it's an energy of some of you, you take care of this, but not that. You take care of this, but not, and you're letting things that apply to yourself go. And it's like, you must put yourself first. And everything else must be second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. The energy I'm getting is that you are putting other things before yourself. And because of this, nothing is working out. It's like a fall, like everything is falling down around you. So I would say stop, step back, breathe, and make sure you are putting yourself first. Because once you put yourself first and you are healthy, only then can you take care of everybody else and get them to a healthy space. But you, and this may include your family, you're taking care of a family and you're not healthy, which means that you are not adequately taking care of them. And put it where it fits. It could be a family, it could be a job, whatever it is, put it where it fits. So it is time to remove all obstacles and focus on yourself and being your best and highest good, best and greatest good. And then decide what is second, what is third, what is fourth. But you must always come first. And for many of you, this will be a change, especially if you have kids. But they equate it to being in an airplane and the airplane is going down and you give the oxygen to the kids and then you're gone. So who's going to help the kids? So then they can't hold the oxygen, then you guys are all gone. So you give the oxygen to yourself first and then to your kids, to yourself. That's kind of the analogy I'm getting. Okay. All right. That is the message for whomever chose action, the garden. All right. We are moving on to the next card. The next card is reaction, the divine masculine. Masculine. Okay. Let's see what we get for the divine masculine. When harnessed in a healthy way, the divine masculine creates structure for the benefits of all he touches. A little bit of the card says the divine masculine emerges in direct response to the presence of the divine feminine. He is always present, but needs the positive space created and held by the divine feminine in order for growth and development. Okay, so that's beautiful. It is, okay. Okay, so it is interesting. The divine masculine is only present when the divine feminine makes space for the divine masculine to be present and to rise. This is beautiful. So the two work together and become one. If you were doing your own thing and he is doing his own thing, you are not working together, you are not becoming one. You must hold space for the divine masculine. And then he will hold space and protective space for you to rise, to be the divine feminine energy who, in essence, leads a family. And we have some relationships out there that are not working because the divine masculine, for whatever reason, is not able to elevate to his highest and best good, or the divine feminine is not holding space for him to. However, it is working, it is not working. And so the two must step back and collaborate to determine how this will work best, the way that it is meant to work best, which is she holds space for him to elevate. He elevates, and then he puts a protective line for her to lead. And yes, I said lead. The divine feminine leads. She always has, she always will. That is the truth. And you say, then what is the divine masculine's job? The divine masculine's job is to protect and serve. He is in service to the divine feminine. And he protects and he holds space so that she may lead and know that she is protected, so that she does not have to step into her masculine energy. And I'm sure it's a lot more than that, but that is the explanation that I am channeling. Okay. So, an ending for the reaction, it is very important that each person know their role and function in a relationship. You do not know your role if you don't understand your role, or if the roles aren't defined, then you will find that it is chaos. And without a leader, and without divine alliance and alignment, there could be nothing but doom. And that is the truth. Wow, that's actually pretty dang deep. My goodness. All right. So that is the reaction. If you chose reaction, that is the message for you. We're going on to commitment. Commitment. Let me show you reaction one more time. That is the divine masculine. It's beautiful. Okay, so commitment. Okay, so the essential meaning is a healthy commitment is unshakable bedrock of a loving, secure relationship. When you are truly committed to being in a loving relationship, you actually create another living entity. There is you, your partner, and then there is your relationship. Boom. I love that. I absolutely love it. So you keep your identity, they keep their identity, and then you have your dual identity. That's a beautiful thing. So if you are in a commitment, do not lose yourself. There was a reason, I usually don't read that part. I usually feel into it, but it was a reason that I read that, because this is about you keeping yourself, they keeping themselves. And then you have a dual, it's almost like the relationship is a personality in itself, combined with both of you. And so not to lose yourself. That's how I feel. You will not lose yourself because you are holding onto yourself. And there is another function, which would be the relationship function. Yeah, it's interesting concept. And probably many of us are not fully aware of how that would function, but that is ideally how a relationship should function without either one of you losing your sense of self. So this card was pulled today because many are losing their sense of self. When you enter into a relationship, which is similar to a contract, You do not lose yourself. You actually should be breaking the illusion of self and step outside of self. You find that you are powerful by yourself, and then together you are a whole different entity. Very powerful, very knowing, and ideally very aligned. But because this is not something we are taught, this is not something that we easily can grasp or walk into. Out. Any energies interrupting, I said out, and I mean out now. All right, y'all, I am so sorry. Let's see. So, that is the message for outcome. If you are in a commitment, you should never lose yourself. The two of you become one, and that is a whole different entity. And as long as the two of you become one, then you can keep yourself. And that other individual can keep themselves. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. To me, it's a new concept, and I will have to dive into that. And you should too. Okay, and now we're going on to the final card, which is a message for the collective, which is the distorted feminine, the distorted feminine. And to me, this card is the distorted feminine would be more like someone, it says, let's see what it says. It is time to recognize the distorted feminine in your life. Release these negative patterns and live fully and happily in the present. The distorted feminine may not appear to run the world in the same way the distorted masculine does, yet it is just a commonplace and equal and as equally destructive. Okay, that's so interesting. Okay, so the distortions, okay, so the distortions are the patterns that we are taught or we are essentially learning as a child in school. The woman's place is in the home. The man takes out the trash. The woman does the dishes. She cooks dinner. You know, those distortions should be, in my humble opinion, thrown away. Because what if you are a woman and you marry a man who likes to cook? Then let him cook. My goodness, let him burn. So these distortions are patterns and programming that has been instilled in us as children. And it is time to let them go and have a realization that each relationship is different and it cannot be named, entitled, and defined by anyone else other than the two of you. Let these learned negative influences that we have held onto and now we experience, let them go. We're not aligned to them because they are not of truth. They're not a fact. Do not stand in the distortion. Move aside, let the distortion pass by and stand in your truth. So this message is for everyone. Take the time to step back and know what your distortions are, what you have learned that does not align with you, it's not who you are, but you find yourself kind of fighting with it. The notion that you must do or be what you were taught to, even if it doesn't align with you, is an unjust form of programming that you can relinquish at this time. We all should relinquish at this time. And that is the message for the collective. And so that is a reading for Aquarius. Wow, this was a deep one. Again, this is the True Love Oracle for Aquarius. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. We'll see you soon. Bye now. Oh, if you would like to book a reading, please, you can go on to lovestonesheel, HEAL.com, and you can book a reading, or anyone that mentions that they want one of these particular readings. These readings are $25 each. The Zodiac readings, they're $25 each. So if you're interested, please reach out. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye now. Oops, sorry about that.